doing?
I'm well. I'm very well. Doing good. I'm
You
back in
look as
Boston.
handsome as ever. I like the goatee.
It's actually a beard.
Oh,
I'm glad
well,
the beard thing.
beard, goatee. Please forgive
Thank you.
my terminology out here. Okay.
You're fine. I'm just messing with you. Thank you.
What's happening?
Me back home. I was Josh Kraft run for mayor of Boston. So
Okay.
while doing that, yeah. So his father's the owner of the Patriots. So I've known
Okay.
him since I was yeah, I've known this guy since I'm 12 years old. Um,
CJ. Yeah.
yeah. We're actually working on a movie about our lives. Me and him.
Yay. I love a good
Yeah.
movie about your life.
Man, not too bad. So yeah, and then I don't know, I kind of miss my family, so I decided to come back for about a year or so. I'll be back to LA, but right now I'm just gonna take care
No,
of
you
things
got
back
to
home.
soak up the love. You know what? I get torn with it too because all my
Yeah.
friends are on the East Coast. Everybody living a good life. I just had to miss a trip to the Bahamas because my friends going, and I'm just over here chasing this thing. And then I feel like everybody is just, like I got friends, but the surface, but I do got one good friend over here, but for the most part it's like it feel you need home, you
Yeah.
need it,
Yeah. 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 But I mean,
so
for me, Boston is where my heart is. So
yeah,
being back here is I do miss LA, but it just feels right. Just being
yeah,
home right now.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, 'cause I remember I would come back and forth from LA to here, and then the last couple of times I was like, just want to stay. So, but yeah, and the
yeah.
crazy part about it is, I already shot a movie that's coming out in a couple weeks over here.
Mhm.
Boston's a hub for a lot of movies, so I already shot a movie that's coming out. It's called Secrets of the Full Moon. It's a Indian based type movie, and
Yeah.
I'm playing one of the characters, and I'm working on
Okay.
some stuff coming up. I'm gonna launch my show Bitch and Back again in next year.
I mean,
So
you yes, you flourishing over there.
yeah, listen, things are good. I got a good job. I mean, got a great job right now. Things are looking good. My Vanguard account's looking good. So we're saving money and we're just growing. That's it.
Hey, Vanguard account. Shout out to the Vanguard. First of all, the Ant Hole podcast says, "Hey, Abenz, what's up, famo?" That's Antonio.
Hey, what's up? What's up? How
AG
we doing?
Gillings in the building. K Secrets of the Full Moon. Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Stacy said, "LA is to be missed. It's a great area to be in. Home fills your heart up." It does. Let me tell you something, Kay. I just be like, I want to get all the money I'm supposed to get so I can
Right.
just run across the world. Now, I don't know if I will be home because, I've always been a person where I need to be where I could like chase my dreams at. But
Uh-huh.
I could definitely see myself, sorry about this, y'all. I could definitely see myself spending more time where I'm from, but
Right.
I don't even know where I'm from no more because I lived in New York for 10 years. I lived in DC for 15 years. Like, I think I would be here. I just would be going home more, because I like the
And
things that I could do here. Like, at home, child, ain't nobody ready to produce nothing at home. They going out to parties and I love it. But,
yeah,
when
yeah,
it
yeah.
comes time to like produce something, that's where I need to be where I can pursue my thing at because that's where I gotta be able to thrive too.
Where's home for you again?
I'm originally from New Orleans, so
Oh,
that's
that's right. That's
where,
right. That's what
but
I thought.
you know, uh where my family is all spread out now. So,
Okay.
going back to New Orleans is just basically being back out in LA. Cause
Mm-hmm.
everybody gonna be moving around, everybody with their kids, everybody older, you know what I'm saying? So I would have to build a whole new life there too. So I just have to stay where I'm at and just travel to where everybody else at. So just Father, I'm just waiting on the money. Um, and
I see. Tell Antonio he's talking crap. I read what he just said about me.
you said time is I almost cut his hair, but my clippers wouldn't catch his face. Stacy said, "You will. Our Father can do more than our pea brains can imagine. Your dreams will come true." Thank y'all so much. First of all, if y'all just tuning in, you tuned into the Dell Show 2.0. We
Right.
are 1 years old. How about that? 1 years old. I am so pumped. I am so pumped about doing something.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
Congratulations.
much. Thank you so much.
That's a
Because
lot of
you know what?
dedication, and people don't
Yes,
understand the
it takes
dedication.
like it takes so much dedication. And I'm telling you, that's where I'm proud every week that I sometimes I feel like today, I just got hit with something that was, just crazy about this, law, this legal battle that I'm in. I just got hit, with some old crazy, letter. And it just took the wind out of my sail, and I just was feeling like, I just want to work on this, and I just don't want to be interrupted. But then every time I stop what I'm doing and come on over here, I'd be like, Lord, thank you so much. And then guess what? This
What's that?
week I finally got back to cutting up the videos because I just saw it's easy to cut up the videos on YouTube platform. So I used to put out the videos because I was doing it on StreamYard and they make it like so easy. But
Right.
I didn't know how to work the YouTube platform, so I got put back to put. Anyway, I'm back. I'm back, and then guess what? Watch hours is going back up. You know,
I
numbers are
like it.
going back up, and it's just a testament to, even if you get a little wind knocked out of your sail, if you just keep going past that, you know what I'm saying, things will start moving
Yeah.
again. And so anyway, guys, you're tuned into the Dell Show 2.0. I want to jump right in, because Abenz Maurice, he is so funny and so intelligent, and I just want to ask you
Really.
before I even
Thank
get
you so much for
started.
all those. Thank you for all those compliments, Dale.
Yes, of course. Um, this is what I want to ask you before I even get started. Okay, we're gonna. I got some topics we're gonna talk about, and some topics people done sent me because y'all guys, thank y'all so much for how y'all keep my DMs popping with stuff to talk about. Okay, but first I gotta ask you, I mean, what is on a black man's mind these days? Huh? What's on a
These days,
man's
as far as
mind with
what,
a black man's mind?
I can't really tell you what on the. Oh,
What is on this black man's mind?
is that fair?
That's fair.
You're breaking up a
No,
little
and
bit.
you breaking up too. What is
All right.
on
Okay.
this black man's mind this day and age?
Uh, well, right now, what's on my mind is trying to stay away from politics because this world done went crazy.
Mm.
It's not even. I've had enough of this shit. Like this racism shit is just taking a whole nother level of like, what the fuck just happened? Like, white people, leave us the fuck alone.
Wait.
It's like,
Okay, wait. I'm gonna pause right there. And just ask you to just like keep it clean or whatever. But
oh, sorry,
still,
yeah,
we
yeah,
listen. Everyone is feeling the same
yeah.
way. Okay.
It's like me, like when y'all gonna leave us alone? Like this dude I heard about, Charlie Kirk got passed away. Rest in peace to them and everything. But like I'm hearing that they blaming us for his death. And like no black man shot this. Like, what the fuck did we do? Like, why is it our fault? Why is everything black people fault? That's what's on my mind as a black man, running the streets and something like, why the fuck, you know, every night I just up our ass, we just can't do our thing and just fucking live our lives. I mean, like, I
Hold
don't get it.
on. Hold on. I just think I need to echo this. I'm taking this from a popular script. I've been all our life we had to fight.
That's right. That's right. And I'm like, I'm tired, dog. I'm zoned the fuck out. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm not even there no more. Like all I worry about now is working my job. You know what I mean, stacking my money, growing my Vanguard account, like I said, and my Fidelity. You know what I mean? I'm working on the TV. I'm working on my TV series. and I just focus on my family and just being a better person for myself,
And I
and
think,
and
listen,
living my
I
life.
think that I think first of all, I gotta shout out my best friend in the building, so anyway, Jamal
Hello, hello.
Jackson said we gotta fight every day, can't ever catch peace. My auntie Gwen
Yeah,
is in the building. You say it's cousins. All my life I had to fight. I had to fight my
yeah.
uncles.
And then
I
like
had
what
to
you're seeing
fight
on
my
TV,
cousins.
what you're seeing on TV with these ICE people just attacking like brown and black people, arresting them. It's like, yo, what's happening?
The thing is,
It's just,
have we
yeah,
ever, this is
that's
what I
what's on
need
a
to
black.
know.
That's what's on
This is what
black
I need
man's
to
mind.
know. What I need to know is, have we ever not had to fight? Because I
No,
don't
I had to
remember
fight, but
no
like,
years of chilling. Like, even when Barack was in, we still could never chill. People was mad with that. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
it
yeah,
was a lot of black people that was like, he ain't doing nothing for us. Like,
yeah.
so
It's always something.
when because I feel like, you know there's never a time when black people can just relax and chill. But I do feel like this is the time, that we are relaxing and chilling, because it's so much going on that we just, like, how, like, you get so stressed out you just get sleepy.
Yeah, you're
That's
just
what black
unbothered,
people are experiencing, right?
unbothered. Like, yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
I got
Yeah,
I got to take a nap on this one, y'all. Like, I don't know what to do, so let me just, when I wake up, I'm gonna let y'all know what I'm feeling.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So that's what's on
Um,
my mind, and just taking care of my kids, and just going to the next level with my growth and my career and things that I want to do. That's what's on my mind.
Jamal says my 8-year old's classmate refused to play with her anymore and called her bad, just trash.
Damn.
We growing up in a, now I'm taking it with Jamal, put more details about the 8-year-old classmate. What race is she, and before I make any judgments, because I do want to know more details. Did they have any previous arguments? Put more details about that. First of all, I see y'all in the building. This is what I want to say too, is I really feel like, honey, this Wayne Payne, I see you in the building. I really feel like this administration, and I'm gonna say this until I'm blue in the face. This administration has come along so we can keep our eyes on the Father, because, honey, that's the only thing we can do. Like, that's the solution, is to get the eyes back on the Father. The Father is gonna tell you, okay, here go the riches over here. You said she is Filipina and had another new Filipina girl come to the class. Wait, so the classmate is Filipina and had another Filipina. She told her that she could no longer play with her and had to play with her kids of her own culture.
Yeah,
Ooh!
it's madness. It's madness. It's madness. It's 2025. I
Well,
mean, but then
well,
again, what happens with this too is like, they don't allow us to really talk about it. 'Cause if we talk about it, oh, we're saying like we're telling you what bothering us. You guys persist to whatever and overlook it like it's nothing. Like, it's like as if like what we've been saying for the past 400 years is just not resonating at all. And then to put on top of it, you want us to not complain when this shit's happening to us. Like it's mind boggling.
she said then she told her she was a bad person, even though she did nothing wrong.
Mm,
Just trash parenting. How many black kids are in the class? Because I feel like this is the time to, when I go home, one thing I always let my baby cousins know, younger cousins know, is that we are the chosen people. And people are upset with that. You know what I'm saying? People
yeah,
are upset that
yeah,
you go out
yeah,
there in the sun and just stand out,
yeah,
and people not gonna like that.
yeah,
and
yeah,
and God has his chosen people, those who are called by his name, and then God calls people back to the kingdom, people who may not necessarily believe, but are good, are kind in heart. He calls them back to the kingdom too, because those are also his sons and daughters. So he has a people that he calls and chooses. And honey, we in there, okay?
Yeah, no,
And they might not be in there, and he might have just saved her,
right.
from that demonic circle. Because imagine in a year your child going to this girl's house and the parents who's teaching this is there. We want to prevent, you know, our children from coming into harm's way. And this is not just like, if two black people was telling their child don't hang over here with this white person, I would be saying the same advice. We Those people not in the kingdom either. The kingdom is a collective. Like, when I go to my church and I
Yeah,
see all these like vast array of people, I'd be like, oh, this is what the kingdom of heaven is going to look like. And it also reminds me that if I'm expecting it to be just one people, one type of people, then I'm probably not going to be making it to the kingdom of heaven, because it's going to be a vast majority. It's going to look like the kingdom, it's going to be all the people that God chose. So thank goodness that your child got the early warning where she could come back and she could you could protect her by telling her this is just a bad person, and we can just ignore that. We can just ignore anything she says, and we don't have to hang with her. Because imagine her not expressing that to you, then going to hang with this child, then her self-esteem getting lower because they keep whispering she's a bad person. So
yeah,
I'm glad you found out.
yeah. It's a good thing.
Benz, I know you have biracial children. Have they experienced any of this? Have you had to deal with this?
Yeah, of course. My son was I don't know, I think 5 at the time, and some little kid um came up to my son, was like, "You're a little monkey, and so is your dad." So I walked over to the little boy. I said, "Where's your father at?" "Oh, he's at home." I said, "Go call him." I whooped his father.
Now that's
This what you
now,
this
Jamal,
what
do
you
you
teaching your
hear
kid
how to
at house?
properly
This
handle
what you
this?
teaching your kid at home. I fucked him up. I said, "This what you teaching your kid at?" All right, now listen, now go. Yeah, I'm not playing. No
Jamal,
bullshit.
where your wife at? Because do you hear how to properly handle this? Gwen said, "I never know any black parents that teach division." I
No,
don't
no,
know
yeah.
either, but let me tell you something. Black people, we did grow up being like, "Don't you go in the white people house now." You know what I'm saying? Like our
Yeah,
parents,
it
and
was.
it's because of the things that has happened. But we definitely grew up with the "don't go in these white people house now."
I
Don't,
mean, the thing
but
for
also
me,
too, go ahead.
the thing for me, Dale, is like, I'm Haitian, and then I was born in Haiti and stuff like that. When I grew up with my mother and father, we've had a lot of like mulatto people in our family. Like some of them border white, so I never really knew this whole racism thing until I came to America. Okay,
Mm,
racism was something that was introduced to me when I got here. I didn't know racism.
wow. Wow.
Okay,
Now, did you not know racism because everybody over in Haiti is mostly black? Or did you
No,
not know?
it's crazy. I mean, yeah, they're mostly black there, but you would see your white people, you'd see your different ethnic people. Like it was never a thing like, oh, this person's that different, this person's that. Whatever the case to be, that was never taught to me until I got here, and then
Mm,
going to schools like, oh, fuck, I'm black. Like really? Oh, all right, I know that, but like that's a problem. You know what I mean? Like
mm,
realizing that was like that was the fucking part where I woke up and was like, something's something's totally wrong here. Because even from then, I had white friends and white people in my life and of different nations back in Haiti that never had that experience with them, and I
mm.
can't look at anybody different. I have to, like Martin King say, judge every person by their character. So I don't have that division in my heart, Dale. You know what I mean? For
Yeah,
anyone.
yeah,
So for me,
yeah.
it's like it's when it's overwhelming to you in this sense when you come to a different country, because America's not my first country. It's like, fine, I'm gonna be on the black side. I don't have a fucking choice. You know what I mean? But then again, it's like, how do you feel about your white counterparts on other people where, the case of this division or this person, group person, that good, and this, like, it's so much like chatter to a point where you're like, I'm very confused here. I thought we were all the
You
same
have
fucking
to
people.
discern because it's one, it's bigger here. two, we definitely have, had to, like, whereas Haiti has overtaken, Haiti is the first country to revolt slavery, so they have had their independence, whereas America, we have had slavery overturned, but then
Yeah, I
we've
know.
had other things, to other systems built to still keep those people oppressed and down. So that's
Yeah,
what, and unfortunately, those the people who built those systems, they grandchildren is running around here doing
yeah,
those things like that. And those
yeah,
people who come over from foreign lands, they want to associate with those people grandchildren, so they telling Jamal's daughter in class that she's a bad person because they want to come over here, from this other
yeah,
country, and they
yeah. Oh,
want
I
to
know.
feel like that, oh,
It's
they're one
yeah,
of these, whiter, people, not knowing that the white man is going to look at them as lower than the black man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, um,
No,
yeah,
I'm just telling you. For me, I look at it in a different prism from the other side because I wasn't born here. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
to see it and live it, and like not such so much a constant reminder that you are black, but like to know that that miss is always going to be in the air because you are black. You mean, especially like when I travel to Europe, I've done a lot of travel. You know that I don't have that feeling over there. When I travel to certain other countries, like in Bahamas or wherever I go, like I don't have those feelings. All the Caribbean,
Mm,
I don't
mm,
have that feeling. Only here. You know what I mean? I've been
mm.
all over. I've been all over Europe. You know what I mean? Yes, you do have your racist white folks over there, but even those white folks over there don't even want these white folks over there with their attitude. You know what I mean? So it's the
I've
different.
traveled to Europe too, and what I noticed is, in London, like, the same chip on the shoulder, the black chip on the shoulder, that's the Indians. The Indians are
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ones
I
over
just have
there carrying they are the N words carrying over there.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because even when I took the cab, the Indian man was like, he was angry with this white man. He was like, "What? Because I'm Indian. Because it was like the same
Thank,
actions. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Thank you,
So
Gwen. Tell Gwen I said thank you.
Gwen said, "That is great. You don't have division in your heart." Really? I had guns drawn on me in Germany. Was you in the military? Was you in the military, Jamal? See, everybody's experience is different.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I
listen,
do.
I've been through it. I've been through my fights with them, and yeah, that whole stuff and being jumped and chased. But even though the case about that is, what's so funny about my story is when I got here, I got more hate from black people than I did white people.
You know what? I was gonna ask you about
So
that.
yeah, it was just something that really didn't stick well with me because it was the black people first, and then um calling us all kind of Haitian this names and all that crap, and that's how a lot of people don't know this, but about the game Zopound.
No.
My It's the Haitian game in Miami, Florida called Zopound. You know about that
Okay.
game?
No.
It's one of the biggest notorious games. Look it up. It's called Zopound Haitian game. It started on my street, and my brothers were part of that game. And
Okay.
then we built that game because we would get bullied by all the black kids, the black
Mm,
Americans. You know what I mean?
mm.
So that's the first hate I ever experienced in my life was from the black kids.
Wow.
I was fighting
Wow.
them every day in Miami, in Little Haiti, where I grew up. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And then when I turned 11, my mom found a job in Boston, and she packed us all up and fucking moved us to Boston. And then we ended up living in a fucking town called South Boston, where I met Whitey Bulger himself. I told you that story. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Um,
mm.
then I started experiencing hate with the white people. So I'm like, what? Like, this country's fucked up, you know? So
Wow.
now I was getting it from black people and the white people. So it was just like, deal with the people that, deal with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And
So,
that's how we all have to do, because as older, like, I lived in New York for 10 years, living out here in LA right now, we get that a lot from Africans, Caribbeans, look down on us like, oh, Americans is lazy. And, even though our people made it so other people could even
No, I
come
know
here,
that.
we
No,
wasn't
I
fighting.
know.
You know what I'm
I,
saying?
I do. I
But
do very well.
it may have it may be, first of all, I think what we need to understand too is the system is a very divisive system.
Yes,
So
of
that's what it
course.
does is it puts propaganda out to
Yeah,
those different people
yeah,
to keep
yeah.
them divided. Because if you
Exactly.
get the Haitians together with the Jamaicans, and the Jamaicans with the Black
Right.
Americans, and Black Americans with the Philippines,
Yeah, yeah,
and the
yeah. Of
Filipinos
course.
with the Mexican,
Yeah.
and then all them people together, and they
But you see,
understand they have one,
division.
oppressor,
But the thing,
and it's not even one race of oppressor, just
no,
one system of
this
oppression.
is it. It's the
Yeah.
system. It
Yes.
trickles on down
Yes.
from the top to everybody, and
Yes.
then it spreads
Yes.
itself. It's a fucking
Yes.
cancer. This is what this country is.
Yes.
It's a cancer of systematic fucking hate amongst whatever group of people you're with, and all this bullshit. We're
Yeah.
not. And then the thing about that whole thing too with the Haitians, Jamaican, the black people. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it was all the black people that was doing it, but it was some of them that did do it too.
Yeah. No,
Some of
I
my
feel you. I
favorite
feel you.
people, Black Americans and so on and so forth. But since it starts from the top, it happens with the white people too. You got your
Yeah.
rednecks and you got your whatever case may be. It's just how America was built on this bullshit.
Yes.
That's
Off
just it.
of
You know what I mean? That-
whoever is
Yeah,
got money and privilege will
yeah.
now make fun of the other one.
That's
And
it. And that's why I think I became
okay.
a comedian because I was like, okay, let's talk about, let's make fun of this shit because all it says is everybody making fun of each other. At the end of the day, if you let it, if you take it personal, then all right, then that's what's gonna happen.
I mean, that's what you, and that's really, first of all, let me just take a pause right here, guys. If you just tuned in, you tuned into the Dale Show 2.0. I am kicking it with the hilarious and handsome Abenz Maurice, handsome per the comments. Okay,
Thank you.
everybody in the comments. I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you are watching this live right now, share this live with two friends. If you are watching this on playback, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Guys, I just can't thank you guys enough for tuning in every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm here every week.
Yeah.
LaShawn Denise says Black people just need to embrace and forgive one another and truly understand how extremely important it is for us to stick together. Best
Yes,
friend,
I
you
I
better
agree. I agree.
live
100%.
best friend. Now, my best friend and I, we obviously we have conversations offline, and sometimes she'll be like, everybody else stick together except for us. And I'd be like, absolutely not. No, the other people don't stick together. They get that from us. But last Friday, I was laying in my bed, and honey, and a man was out there, and he was talking about Jesus,
Hmm.
and one guy was like, shut the F up. The guy was, because I'm in Hollywood. So it's like, Jesus saves, Jesus saves. And somebody was like, shut the F up. And then shortly after that, like maybe 10 seconds later, somebody else was like, shut up, go inside. Then somebody else after that was like, kill him now. And then, like, all of a sudden, it was like 10, 20 people being like, shut the F up, while he was like, Jesus saves, he loves. I was like, well, look at that. People actually do stick together.
Ah, man,
Honey, they had to
that's it.
shut that Jesus man down. I was like, yes, indeed, these demons stick together out here. So anyway, okay, let's
Yeah.
switch subjects right now because I love to. I'm so glad I asked you that because you know when I was first doing the show, like when the Holy Spirit told me to first just do the show with one, would just go live on YouTube, and then I saw it was one other person. I didn't know his reasoning, but I just trusted him. I knew what I heard.
No,
But what I
this is
really
great. I
like
love
is
this. You gave me an
because
ID
it's
for
so
my
intimate.
exclamation. It is.
Exactly.
I love
And
it.
it's
I
like
love it.
I don't have to battle with like, okay, this person's trying to jump in, this person jump in. It's
No,
just me and you.
no.
So
Yeah.
what I really love is that I can get your opinion and I can get the opinion of the comments. So here's my first topic that I got.
Okay.
And Black people don't let me down on the comments. Black people, please, please continue to be yourself. please know that I don't know why the Lord made every other race. Like I think he, definitely made Asians so they could like make, electric cars, and then he made white people so they could like do all the paperwork for the world. But black people, we are definitely the Lord's TV. You know what I'm saying? We keep this brother laughing up a storm.
Yes, we do.
so,
100%.
so here's what I found. Here's what I found online. Nas's $5 billion casino project in Queens, New York, has been unanimously approved by the advisory committee. So Nas is going to be opening up a casino in New York. Okay,
All
now of course, black people, they don't let you down. Why are we celebrating rappers bringing large scale gambling facilities to the hoods they grew up in? Don't tell me it brings jobs. They are being used by those with deep pockets to prey upon their own people. And we are supposed to be convinced this is a good thing, as if we need yet another way for us to remove dollars from the black community. Okay, this is what I need to know from you. Is this good or bad? Nas is bringing a casino. What do y'all
Okay.
put it in the comments? Nas's casino, is it good or bad?
Okay.
Certainly it
So,
is going to bring a
all right.
lot of jobs. It is a black
Yeah.
man doing doing something huge, but it
Okay.
is gambling. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't
Okay.
know why we can't.
So
Nas couldn't
this
bring
is
Six
this is
Flags.
this is where for me, where black people kind of like hurt my feelings when they do this stuff. No, it really is because here's Nas, a kid who grew up in the projects his whole life, dirt poor, who really didn't have nothing. All he had was this rap to make something himself, become somebody. You know what I mean? And still to this day, he's married. Had his kids and all that stuff, and he's still in the game doing this thing. And he's a businessman. This is him doing business. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. Trying to generation wealth for his family and other people. Now Nas can do that, right? Because he is who he is and went through what he went through and put himself in a position to do that. Why are we not happy for Nas? Maybe Nas gonna pull up a lot of black people with him. I know the person Nas is. Nas is a pro black brother, always and always will be.
I mean,
You know?
even his music has always been pro
Ev-
black. His music has
Exactly,
always been,
exactly. So
yeah.
if some people you might be able to go at with like that kind of stuff, but Nas, be happy for this man. It's not He's not gonna come and take people. He doesn't put guns to these black people head to go to casino. Now they can go to the white man's casino and do it. I don't hear you know putting all that crap out right now. You mean when the black people go to the white man's casino now because Nas is doing it, it's now it's a problem that he's robbing his black people. No, you guys can't see it like that. Those same people that go to his casino choose to go to that casino. We can't keep putting things on people who's doing a business. Now I'm just doing a service, and Nas is become a businessman. It's a business
Okay.
move for Nas and his
Okay.
family and everybody else
I
going
mean,
on. You know what I
I
mean?
do feel
So
like it's a great business move for
that's it.
Nas, but I do, as a person who is a kingdom person, I do feel like gambling is a huge addiction. So it's like dropping off, to do crack, in the
No,
place, because people do get addicted to, it's the whole reason why you walk in a casino, and it's like if you got problems, and it's real, because I know a lot of, I can't say I know a lot of people, but I've definitely met people in my life where it's just like, my dad gambled everything he could away, gambled everything. And so it does destroy families, you are
this is
bringing it
sad.
to.
But
Go
the thing
ahead.
is, you can't put that on the head of Nas, though. You know what I mean? This is not something Nas is trying to put out there. So this is what he wants. He wants white people money too. He wants Asian people money too. He wants all
He
these other
definitely
people money.
want he definitely
So
wants,
yeah,
like,
like
I
even
love
when
when businesses come to the neighborhoods and clean up the neighborhoods,
yeah
because the thing about the hood is we can't just move back to the hood and clean up the hood
yeah
ourselves. The hood men is not, they don't respect upper class black people. They will shoot us down. But if white people move to the hood, they can gentrify, and then we got to let them gentrify and move back in. So I love how huge businesses come in and clean
yeah
up an area, and I do, like, Gwen says he is going to create jobs. On the other hand, you black people, or
Yes.
any black people, stay out
Yeah.
of that casino if you having a problem with gambling. But see, if you having
Yes.
a problem with
Yeah.
gambling, you might have had problems getting to the place to gamble. Now you got it right here in your hood. You
Yeah.
said
For me,
casinos may bring
for
in
me,
restaurants, concert venues.
exactly.
Oh, yes,
Right.
concert venues, etc. Jamal said that part. I couldn't even tell you how to work a slot. Jamal is agreeing with you and saying ain't nobody putting no gun in nobody's head to go gamble. Jamal said casinos bring in a ton of money, but it's up to the people whether or not to go in. I mean,
It's true.
right.
But listen,
It's
the
up to,
thing,
like, anybody, like McDonald's. It's up to them to go into the McDonald's. But
yeah,
again, I don't go over here in Beverly Hills and see a whole lot of McDonald's either. So
yeah,
that's why they're not in it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So yeah, no, 100%. So it's for me, like when I see a black man like Jay-Z, you know, Dr. Dre getting those big deals with the headphones and all this stuff, making like that brings me joy. That gives me motivation for myself in my life. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
I don't really, I'm not a part of the let me bash this brother now because he's about to get a casino. You know how hard that took him to get to that level. Like
Yes.
people don't have that in their head. Like you know what I mean, you know how like well, okay, let's just put you for instance, Dell. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. How hard did it take you to do this thing, the whole thing for a year, Dell? You know what I mean?
It was a lot
Dedication.
of work. It was a lot of
Dedication.
work.
I know you. I've seen you,
Guys,
bro. I've seen
next
you. You mean
year
like you
I'm
mean?
doing an
All right,
online casino
let's just
right
say
here on
10 years,
YouTube.
10 years from now, okay, Dell, this show blows up. You about to get $100 million deal, what not case may be. You know what, Dell? Say, fuck it, I want to open up a fucking casino too. You want people saying, oh, Dell don't want to open casino. She's gonna what the fuck you talking about? They'll start this
No,
from the bottom.
but see, the thing is,
This is
now
what I'm
here's
saying.
okay, but here's my thing on it. As a Christian woman, I wouldn't open up a casino. I just wouldn't.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
would not be opening up, like, because I don't
Okay, let's
gamble.
just say, all right,
But
fine.
I
No, hold
do
on.
like what Jamal said about it bringing in restaurants, it bringing in concert venues, because all of those things are giving
Yeah,
more opportunities. But I'm not even the type of person, like, I don't enjoy a Vegas. I don't party in
yeah,
Atlantic
you're
City.
different.
I
Yeah,
don't enjoy it. Like, I don't want it, because to me it looks like when I go to Vegas, it looks like this is how hell is gonna look, except everything is gonna be on fire. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like, that's
right.
how I look. Everything is gaudy. Everything is just like, you know.
Yeah.
Um, you uh Stacy says, Kay says we are here for you. Stacy says a casino is a bad idea. Honey, that's my Hebrew sister on the line, and ain't nothing you can do
No, what we're
to
talking
say.
about is listen, because it's a bad idea for you to, it's not, these guys, this what I'm saying is the fight and the struggle it took them to get to that kind of level to get be able to do sit in the room with people like that. I mean, like for me, like I told you, I know the crafts, right? Like um that man is worth $14 million, $14 billion. You know what I mean? Like I
Who?
was
Who?
Robert Kraft, he's worth $14 billion.
Okay, okay,
And one of his sons, one of my best friends. I've known the family since my whole life, since I'm a kid. You know what I
okay,
mean?
okay.
Periodically, to look out for me. My buddy Josh would not look out for me, whatever the case may be. And he was like my mentor growing up in high school. He was my counselor and all that stuff. That's how I met him through the Boys and Girls Club. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was able to broker a deal with him and his family with my company. Plant Search at one point. Was gonna cause maybe generate $2 to $3 million. I never told nobody that. Okay. Now, if I said that, and then it was selling biodegradable plastics and all that good stuff. If I went, people found out about that, they're gonna think, oh, this nigga thinks he's better than us. He's doing deal with the crafts, blah blah blah. Isn't the crafts associated with Trump and all this other bullshit? Like, I'm a fucking black kid from Haiti. For me to be able to get to where I'm at to do that, you're gonna knock me not knowing my whole story. So this is why I'm saying people need to hold up for a second on that. Oh, what's going on, what they're doing at that person. At this time, it was a struggle from where we from to get, and now we're gonna knock it. Make that make
We
sense.
and I feel like, no, I'm super proud of Nas. I'm super proud
This is
of
what that's all we should
every.
say. That's all we should say. We
I'm
should be super
super proud
proud
of
of it.
Nas.
You know what I mean?
I'm super proud. Okay, well, hold on. Okay, Kay said, first of all, Jamal said hotels too. Vegas is overwhelming. It's both. The the, the neighborhood suffers more than it benefits. Ooh, the neighborhood suffers more than it benefits. Kay says facts. Okay, I wanna switch subjects because we only do this show for an hour. I was trying to do it less, but you're so great to talk to. I love getting your insight. And didn't know you had two,
Thank
three
you.
million dollars too. So let me give you my Zelle when we get off here because
No, I said
rent is
I
due.
brokered a $2-3 million deal.
Oh,
My
oh,
percentage
okay.
is less than that,
Well,
but
let me send you
it
my
was okay.
script so you can broker my deal. But anyway, no, super proud of
Uh,
you.
I listen.
Okay.
I got stuff coming up. I got you in mind, Dale. You know I never forget about
No,
you.
you always got me in mind. Like, and I love you so much for that. Abenz. I just really do. You treat every single time you always treated me so good, treated me to the best breakfasts, just building ideas and everything
Yeah.
and such a great show. So, I appreciate that. And I'm just joking. Listen, the Lord brokers every deal I got over here. Okay. Let me just say this before I move on. Guys, if you're looking at this show, you're watching the Dale Show 2.0. If you're looking at this live, share this live with two friends. You are kicking it with me, Dale Harrison, and my good friend Abenz Maurice, hilarious comedian, now out of Boston, used to be here in LA, child brokering deals, doing whatever he got to do, and all types of things. So make sure you follow him. I will link him in the after this. If you're looking at this on playback, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button right now and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I go live because we do this each and every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. Okay, speaking of black men, honey, let's go on to the next thing I saw. The next thing
Okay.
I saw. Sean Diddy Combs taught a free game with Diddy course while behind bars. A 15 curriculum on entrepreneurship and growth. Honey, billionaire Sean Diddy Combs is trying to make a deposit into society. And do you think he is coming on home?
Oh God. I mean,
Would you support a comeback for the brother Sean Diddy Combs?
there's no support to come back. But listen, we live in such crazy world right now. When Diddy come home, he's going to throw a big concert and it's going to be fucking packed. Kidding here? Who we kidding? People love
are
dumb shit.
are you
Shit like
going?
this.
Are you
I'm
going?
not going. I'm not going. No, I would.
What?
I wouldn't go.
Hold on,
No,
hold on. After this brother worked
no, no,
hard,
no, no, no,
okay,
no, no,
was
no.
in
Yes, yes.
jail,
No, no, no.
got
Listen,
free,
listen.
and now
Wait a
he's
minute.
throwing a concert and you hating on that? Uh-uh.
I'm not saying I'm hating on it. I still listen to his music. The music I still listen to, but I'm just that's not a show that I want to go to. I've been to Diddy concerts. I've been to Diddy concerts. I'm from
What?
Boston. I've been to
Hold
Bad Boy
on.
concerts. I've
Hold
been to
on.
all of these
What
things
if
already.
he throws the concert at Nas's casino? Then are you going?
Yes, I'm going. I have to go. You're killing me. That's
Yes.
funny. Yeah. Look, I don't know. They got
What?
him on some fucking bullshit, whatnot. You know what I mean? Case may be. All it is, Diddy was a fucking freak motherfucker. That's it. And what he did as far as only thing I see that was really egregious he did was, hit that girl the way he did. You know what I mean? That was my sister, whatever, my
Yeah, no,
daughter. I would
it was
definitely
definitely, yeah.
yeah, it'd be a
And
problem with
and
me.
so
But
many
it's
alleged
yeah.
things, but
Yeah. But as far as all that freak shit, who gives a fuck? Let that man do what he got to do in his bedroom. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I'm what I'm saying is like I wouldn't go right now because of not what he did, but not case maybe. I don't have the
you
desire
would
to go.
wait until he has a date at Nas's casino and then go.
There you go. And hopefully Jay-Z's there.
Oh my
Yeah,
word.
hilarious.
First of all, if y'all just tuned in, I'm kicking it with the hilarious Abenz Maurice. Guys, first of all, I just need to know this too. Are you in support of a Diddy comeback? Stacy says Diddy has been sober for a minute, allegedly. Okay. Jamal said he is the face of the word freak.
That's it. It's true. It's true. It's true. But
No, no, no.
I don't know.
He is not the face of the word freak. He's the face of the word freak off,
Yeah,
because you got to put the
baby. When
freak
I think
off.
of baby oil, I think Diddy. Now it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think baby oil is them two Diddy goes together. I don't.
Gwen,
That's really
Gwen
mind
said
boggling.
Gwen says when it comes to the question of are you going to the concert, Gwen said no, no. I didn't go before he went to jail.
And listen, I got another. That's a crazy story about Diddy. And it almost passed through my mind because after college, I moved back to Miami to pursue my acting career, my music career. I almost got
Uh-huh.
signed by Diddy.
What?
Yeah, I
What?
almost got
How
signed.
did that happen?
Yeah,
How did that
but
happen?
my brothers, the guys Cool and Dre, those guys from Miami, the producers, those guys. My brother went to school with those guys, so me and him was almost set up with him because I had my EP and everything. I was a hip hop artist before I started doing comedy back in the day.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, I
Now
was on America's
these
Got
same
Talent in
brothers from the
2006.
Haitian gang. These
Yeah,
same brothers from the Haitian
this
gang.
the same ones. That's it. Same one.
The ones that was securing the freak offs.
That's it. Yeah,
Jamal, Jamal
yeah.
said, Jamal, hold on. The comments is live. Jamal said Diddy just needs to get out and go straight to church. You right,
That's it.
Diddy, not just to church. You need to go to divinity school, brother. You need to dig deeper, okay?
Oh
Uh,
man.
Jamal said,
Hilarious, hilarious.
here's
This
a
turned out to
question.
be. I'm actually glad I did this, Dale. This is funny. This is really good.
Jamal is asking you, was it a meeting or a meeting?
I should have never said nothing. Damn.
Gwen said, AT Gwen is in the comments. She said, you may have missed out on the free golf.
That's it. That's it. I missed out. That's why I'm not going. That's why I'm not going to this fucking concert because I was supposed to go to this free concert and invite my ass. Fuck it. Yeah.
Jamal said, Dennis said, slide on through. Uh Stacy said Jamal Bryant's church. Um, okay. First of all, guys, you know what? I'm so glad you did it too because I have one final thing
Okay.
for us to discuss. Okay. And then of
Yeah.
course, have you back. Um,
Okay.
this is what I found. Anonymous love letter. Okay. And y'all put it in the comments, tell me what y'all would do. Think, whatever. I'm in love with another man. That's how the letter starts. I'm in
Right.
love with another man. I'm married and he is also married. We are sexually active. We love each other and have fallen in love, but we don't want to hurt our partners. We also don't plan to leave our partners. We're just fulfilling needs that our partners can't give us. Should I tell my husband that I'm cheating or should I keep it a secret?
Is this like a real thing?
Yeah, yeah. This is a real thing.
So let me get this straight. She's married and she's in love with another man. She's having the
That's
time of her
married.
life.
That's
That's smashed.
also married.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They not leaving people because they obviously the love for the other people is just too
Yeah.
great.
I mean, listen.
But she is struggling with keeping a secret because
Well,
that secret
I
is
I I
that
say
secret.
keep I say keep going. I say keep going until they find out. That's it.
Keep going to the find out.
That's it. I mean, what are we talking about here? You're already fucking doing what you excuse my language. You're already like what? You shouldn't even be asking for advice. You should, be in church praying. Like,
Should
you're
I
sinning.
tell my husband that I'm cheating or should I keep it? See, this the thing is that secret though. See, the thing about keeping a secret because this what the truth is. You know they say to tell the truth will set you free. that truth be like once you let the truth out, it be like this like air of like freedom in your mouth and you think. But that secret
Yeah.
start eating a hole right here. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
Mm.
first you catch the flu and then you know what I'm saying, then
Yeah.
all of a
Yeah.
sudden that turn
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
pneumonia. And
Yeah.
then,
Well,
it
I mean, the thing for me is, I mean, I think they should just keep it going, keep it a secret, for you know what I mean, or whatever, until you can't handle the secret no more. I mean, what are we talking about here? You already doing the thing. You already broke the man's heart, or whatever case may be. Now you want to
she
access it. You
hasn't
want to keep it.
broken his heart yet. She hasn't broken his heart
Well,
yet.
well,
They
then
don't
don't break
know.
his heart then, or keep it going until you find out what's going on. I don't have an answer for that. I don't know if I could be that kind of person. I couldn't do that.
Uh, Jamal says that's not a partner. If they can't fulfill your needs, they just want to be nasty and making excuses.
That's it. That's it. Or you got tired of what you had and you wanted something new. That's
That's
all
what
that
it
is.
is. You feeding your flesh. You say, "I'm
That's it.
listening, brother. Let's get the full story."
Yeah.
If you
So,
told
so,
your husband you may have to leave, Jamal
mm,
said he's that little devil sitting on your shoulder. This
mm.
brother, listen, to the person that wrote this letter, okay? Y'all just need to rent a room at Nas's casino, okay? See a Diddy concert and break.
And let Jay-Z broker the deal. Listen, I told you, I'm for my black people today. You asked me what's going on. This is what I want. I'm team black people. That's what's going on. All black people. There's no more division amongst us. We all together
Oh,
now. You know what I mean?
yes.
So yeah, that's it.
Um, okay.
It's
Well,
fun.
uh, let everybody know whether you said did they really love their spouses? I doubt it. I think
Yeah,
you can love your spouses, but you can either be married to the wrong person or you can be
yeah.
succumb
I mean,
to
listen.
temptation and feeding your flesh, and
Yeah,
that's the problem. You when you feed your flesh, you feed it in different ways. You might be having sex with somebody this, but if you don't change the person inside, you just gonna
yeah,
be feeding your flesh in different ways. You're gonna be lying at work, you're gonna be overeating somewhere, you're
yeah,
gonna be doing all type of things to feed your flesh. So it's not just cheating on your husband. You actually cheat on your own soul. So you gotta
yeah,
fix that piece of it first.
yeah, yeah.
Um
If you got
uh,
something inside for me, I mean, because I actually had a situation like that before where back in the day, I cheated on a woman I love, whatnot, stuff like that. And I
mhm,
had talked to my boy, and I'm like, bro, should I tell her? Blah blah. He's like, nah, dude, don't tell her. You still want to be with her. Like, I mean, if they still want, if she still want to be with the guy, cool, don't tell him. But if you don't want to be with him and things like that, all right, yeah, she should tell him and move on. Because I felt devastated after I did what I did, and I wanted to tell her.
mm.
You know what I mean? So it depends
Cause
on the
that
person.
secret was burning inside you.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I'm telling you, that
yeah.
secret, it
So,
becomes
so
hard to keep.
yeah,
That
yeah.
spirit wants to be free, and it can't
Still
be
to this
free.
day, still to this day, Dale, I feel guilty for doing what I did.
Wait, Jamal said, did she ever find out? Inquiring minds want to know.
um, no, no,
She
no.
haven't found out until she see this live. Then
No,
Gwen
I
said,
mean, because
"Love the hate." Gwen said, "Love the Haitian accent." Jamal said, "This that secret is about to send them straight to hell." Jamal, Jamal, because
thank
I'm
you,
telling
thank
you,
you, thank you, thank you for the accent. Well, I have a very traveled accent. I've lived in London, Ireland, Miami, Boston, so I have a couple accents just clashing off each other. But
mm,
mostly when I here for a long time, the Boston accent comes out more. But
hmm
yeah, that's what it is. Thank you,
yeah.
Gwen. Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
said confession is good for the soul. Yes, it is. Okay, well, you might need to call her and confess.
No, you know what? It's crazy because we were supposed to hang out a little while ago, and I found that we talked on whatever Facebook stuff like that, but it just never happened. It just never manifested. But I did apologize to her. She didn't know what I was apologizing for, though.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
whenever y'all do hang out, you're gonna have to get it out.
No,
That's
I'm
gonna
not.
be
I'm
your
not.
one chance to
No,
get it
I'm not.
out.
I'm not. Maybe we'll see. But I did do it with another. I did tell another one what happened and stuff like that. But whatever the case may be. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look.
Abins, let everyone know. First of all, thank you so much for being on the show. Let everyone know what you got going on and where they can find you, so that they can follow you.
Well, right now, guys, I got a job. I'm focused on that right now. I'm gonna launch the little product, well, not the little production, my production company, 2026. My show, look out for my show, Bitch and Back. I will be doing live shows here in Boston, introducing my family to it and stuff like that. And that just gave me an idea. I think I'm gonna do maybe my show like this on a couple occasions. But I mostly
Yeah.
do I mostly do Bitch and Back live shows. You know that. So
Yes.
that's what I got going up coming up in 2026. But right now I'm just chilling, hanging out, relaxing in Boston, enjoying my family. And then you
Yeah.
can find me at Abenz Abenz Maurice and Instagram and then Facebook and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm just humble guy who came up hard and realized that if you got a dream, chase it.
Yeah.
Don't wait for nobody to tell you what you can and cannot do. You know what I mean? Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Yes. Thank you so much. And I'm so happy that you come. And guys, if you're looking at this on playback, he is tagged in the comments, so make sure you go and follow him. Okay. Ivans, go ahead and hang up. I got some final words for the crowd,
Okay.
and I'm gonna
Hey,
talk you
read
through it,
read
okay?
read those comments real quick. That's hilarious. He says burning your throat right.
Let me read the comment. You said, because Stacey said confession is good for the soul. Gwen said sounds good. Jamal said I heard Ireland when you said the word. That's wow.
Yeah.
Stacey said
Yeah.
don't do the confession, not to her. Gwen said leave that alone. Kate said I've never liked Diddy, so I won't be there. Jamal
Oh
said it's
man.
burning your throat right now. That's right. That's
Yeah.
secret. uh Stacy said what she doesn't know can't hurt her.
I
That's
agree.
what she's laughing at Jamal. Stacy said, thanks, fella. Kay said, LOL, did it could actually lead a lot of people to the Lord if he did right. Okay, if
Yeah.
he did right. That's what I hope.
Yeah.
I hope the Lord will
That's
use
it.
you to bring a lot of people to the kingdom, you know?
That's it. That's it. That's it. I had fun, Dale. Let's do this again. This was fun.
Thank you so much. I would
You're
love for you to
welcome.
come back again.
I'll contact you about bitching back my show. Whatnot. I even might have fly you to Boston when the time's right to help me with something.
Yay.
So we'll talk
Yay.
about it.
I would love it. Okay, go ahead and hang up. I'm
All
gonna
right,
spend the
girl.
last time with
All right,
y'all. I'm gonna
bye,
go to
guys.
rest.
Thank you for
See
listening
you.
to me. I hope all is
Bye.
well. All right, bye, bye, bye.
Benji, don't go anywhere because I promised y'all I was going to give y'all the good news of the week, and I am giving y'all the good news of the week because this is the thing about it, guys. While Babylon is falling, the Father is making arrangements for us, and don't you forget it, okay? This week, high school kid, this is what I got on Christ Way Official. High school student leads 895 classmates to Christ by the end of the year. Honey, this week, okay? This week, billionaire philanthropist Mackenzie Scott, who is the ex-wife of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, has donated $70 million to the United Negro College Fund to financially strengthen the HBCUs. Honey, this week, okay? Um, Georgia 18-year-old founded gourmet hot dog brand now owns two restaurants and a new food truck. I don't know about y'all. What was y'all doing at 18? Because I certainly want to think about owning of even a first restaurant, let alone a second one and a food truck and creating your own brand. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. And this is why I wanted to make sure that I shared this with y'all because this world will have you thinking that just because an administration is in, or just because these bad things are happening, the Father is not still on the throne. Honey, the Father is on the throne. And for those who are continuously using, like going to the Father, He is advancing them no matter who and what say what in the office. Okay. Kai Sinnat, y'all know who he is? Okay, I'm sure you don't. All right, but I just found out who he was. because he was on TV representing Jesus Christ himself. Okay. But anyway, Kai Cenat is an influencer, and he was the first person to reach 80,000 on Twitch. He started when he was 9 years old, just dedicating his life to creating content. Now I just realized he just became the first person in history to reach 1 million subscribers on Twitch. This is a like 20 something year old black male. Okay. Kai Cenat. The father is still on the throne. When I tell you, if we just keep our eyes on the Lord, Claudiane, another thing I found on Black Enterprise, Claudiane Hibbert Smith wins a prestigious award for clocking in $377 million in real estate sales in 1 year. Claudiane Hibbert Smith wins a prestigious award for clocking in $377 million in real estate sales in. Not only is Claudian Smith successful, but in a time where everybody is saying the economy is this and the economy is that, and it's not the time to buy a house. Honey, not only are people buying homes, they buy $1 million home. This lady is clocking in 377 million. So that means people had to buy. I just super duper love uh to and one thing that I got to, and that I put at the end of my post, because I've been putting these posts on my page, and it says it's the Rock saying, sit at a table where they talk about God, growth, money, dreams, and goals, not people. I just want to say that I thank y'all so much for being with me on this journey. And one of the things that I wanted to mention too is I logged on to my email account to send. Now, I hadn't sent an email out last week about the show, but I logged on to my account this week to send an email. And the last time I sent an email out, I was saying compassion for Charlie Kirk. And I was just saying the reason that I have compassion for Charlie Kirk is because, you know, to me, in my opinion, and this is what I immediately went into myself, is because I don't feel the same way I feel at 32. Charlie Kirk said a lot of stupid things, dumb things that unfortunately he'll never get to correct. His young children is out here, wife is by herself, and I feel like, what I want us to not do is I want us to not get so programmed into the Democrats and the Republicans like a sports team, that the sports team can tell us who to hate and what to hate and how to hate, because I have never sat by and hated something so much and then been able to keep the faith for something else. Faith requires us to have love and forgiveness in our heart. And I feel like that's exactly why these algorithms were selling us so much hate. These black people out here advancing, and they dreaming big, and you see all the good news that I had, but you cannot get the promises when you're operating with hate. So I feel like that's Satan selling us the hate. I didn't know who Charlie Kirk was before he got shot, and I barely even remember who he is right now. But I did come and take a chance, and take the time to acknowledge these 16 unsubscribers, because I'm sure it was unsubscribed from me saying compassion for Charlie Kirk. But let me tell you what, where and I'm even surprising myself by saying having compassion and having forgiveness for somebody that talked about black women. But honey, I know several people in the. Let me tell you about, and I guess that's why I'm not mad so much with Charlie Kirk, is because I understand that the Charlie Kirks come in all facets of people. Like I know some Christians, okay, that they're not saying the same thing Charlie Kirk is saying. Some supposedly Christian, they not professing they hate black women. They're not saying all that. But ask them, do they go to church? And it's like you woke up a demon in them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what? I don't do church. I don't, because there ain't nothing but a whole bunch of people up in Christian. You know what I'm saying? People that supposedly love the Lord. I gotta forgive them too. I've been there. I've been on every plateau. And when you are a person who is going and walking with the Lord to get to your promised land, the Lord trusts you to have a heart full of love. So I was just thinking about that. I was just thinking. Mel said, I still don't know who he is. Charlie was learning the truth about the Torah. See, and that's the thing is he was telling different sides, different things, and that's what they're showing the right wing side. They're showing them the loving Charlie, because I follow some of the right. In some of these videos, you would be like, my God, was this the white Martin Luther King? And then the black side, see, whenever something is being shown to a lot of black people, that's where I stopped trusting it. Because to advance as a people, okay, we got to have love. We got to have absolute love. And when we have that hate in our heart and we have that fear in our heart, like, for instance, that's what they politicizing, oh, now they mad with us. Now they threatening us, putting all that fear. Now these same evil people been out here. Okay, these same you just a couple weeks before Charlie was shot, I saw on Joy Reid's page a video of a white veteran shooting this black veteran because he didn't believe in broad daylight in Boston or with message whatever wherever it was. You understand what I'm saying? On Joy Reid's page, and guess what I did? I had to unsubscribe. I had to unfollow. I can't have anything that takes away the nature of love in my heart. Like those images sit with you. They don't go anywhere. But to progress, to receive, the formula for receiving. I'm telling you, every night I read in my Bible, Mark 11:23-25, and it says, whatsoever he believes, she will have whatever she says. And then right after that, it says, and if you have anything in your heart against anyone, forgive them so that the Father in heaven can forgive you. Those two verses, whatever you say, believe that you received it and you will have it. They go together with the forgiveness. See, I'm looking every day I walk in, not every day, but today I walked in a house in the hill. And I plan on, like, every time I walk in there, those people recognize me. And you know why? Because I've already claimed them as my neighbors. I speak to them because I'll be like, oh, no, 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 I ain't arguing with them because these my neighbors right here. Because I'm moving into one of these houses in the hills. And guess what? There are a lot of empty houses in the hills. And you know what they're waiting on? They're waiting on God's people to recognize our identity so that we can now assume the right residence, because a lot of us are living below our identity. You understand what I'm saying? But to live in the identity that the Father knows us, the Father sees us, is to live in love, which is the highest identity. And guess what? It is a challenge for me too, because honey, you living in a country where it just seems like white people is just doing everything. Even this white lady approached me today, and she was just so nice, and I was just so suspicious of her. You know what I'm saying? And it's because these I'm suing these other white people, and then I get a thing that they try to deny the case, and so then I'm thinking of like, oh, is she from the day office trying to set me up? You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, Talisa, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous thinking when this lady just trying to be nice. You see what I'm saying? And the reason why she seemed, suspicious is because she's probably nervous too, but she's probably going out of her way to extend the love, to do her little part to make the world a better place. And me too. My part of making the world a better place was canceling out my negative thoughts on that lady. My world of making a better place is suing these people that did me wrong, denying me a place to stay based on my race. Okay. And I was disheartened that they came and they sent me an email and they denied it. But then I talked to the Lord and I was just telling them, I was like, Lord, why do I always got to do this alone? And the Lord was like, whisper to me just as clearly, Delisa, what if I already won this and I just need you to do some paperwork for me so I can get you the fruit from this case? You don't want to just do the paperwork for me? I trust you to do it? And I was like, Lord, yes, you can trust me to do the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? And that thing was taken out, all the intent. I kept one and I was going back and forth. But then in the end, I just decided to myself, I listened to a sermon this morning from Bill Winston. And it was just saying, you got to see yourself the way God sees you. And that sat with me all day. And I was like, you know what? God thinks I can handle this. The Lord thinks I'm strong enough. He obviously trusts me to do. I must be the majority if I am with the Lord. So I just had to say that about, Charlie Kirk, is because, honey, I refuse to be walking around here taking the blessings away from myself because I'm so focused on the man I didn't even know existed 2 minutes ago. You understand what I'm saying? Um, Kay said, this is great news. Yes, he is. It's our peak race. We only need faith of a mustard seed. You said, thank you, Mackenzie. 895, amen. Yes, wonderful show. Love is the way. Say, I can't watch the news. I still don't know who he is. Seattle. Guys, I cannot thank you enough for coming in to join the show. Stacy, you are so correct. It is. It's just having faith of a mustard seed. But faith does require action. It does require action. Action that sometimes you think you can't handle, but you can. And it is me calming myself down. First of all, turning on the word. Every time I feel weak, I got to turn on the sermon. I got to, and that's why I go to church every week. Like, that's why I also, too, people talk about Charlie Kirk, but then I was thinking about all the regular people that ain't bashing black women, but doing other little things. And I was just like, oh, hold on. We got a lot of battles out here. It ain't just the Charlies of the world. We got a lot of battles out here. But that's why I be in that church. And that's why I invite you to go, okay? Because you need to be armed for this journey. Armed. That's what the church does. And let me just say this too. I used to go inside the church when I was, you know, just coming back to Christ, okay, because I went away from Christ too. When I was just coming back to church, I used to go inside the church and then I would just be mad that the pastor was collecting. And then I was judging this over here. And I was sitting in there and I couldn't even receive the word because my mind wasn't on the word. And then one day the Lord spoke to me and told me I'm paying attention to all the wrong things. And now I can get the message from almost anywhere. Now, and when I say almost anywhere, I mean, almost anyway, because I did go to this church, and it had all these black pastors with all these white wives, and I was like, no, no, something ain't right. I mean, I was like, no, no, this is the only place I can't get the word up here. But everywhere else, but even that man had some good preaching going on. I just had to get over here where all these black men they got black wives over here. No, I gotta see that for myself. But I got to go every week and every morning when I got to get up. I got to listen to a sermon. Okay. You said, I am honestly done with Sunday churches. Get you a Saturday church. Get you a church house to go in. Do not be out here unarmed because our faith requires food. If we are not going to get the food, we do not do. Let me tell you something. I can tell you, like, I don't care what nobody say. The people that's going to that church, honey, it's some big bodies, something's outside. People are progressive because they feed their spirits. And you are required to feed your spirit because the Father is going to have a different message. Now, the Father is going to talk to you directly. He's going to talk to you through these other messages you get on YouTube, but He is going to have a different word that empowers you to feed the spirit. You are going to be able to get into praise and worship with other people. Those churches represent the kingdom of heaven, what it's like sending up, prayers and hearing people profess the Lord and say hallelujah and get in the environment and get your heart softened. That's what it's about, so that you can be empowered. When I'm in praise and worship and people are jumping up, some people crying and some people praying in tongues and some people do, all of that creates an environment for a softened heart so that I can receive the words. Okay. And the word, then guess what the word was this week? The word said, you better get better at recognizing Jesus. He talked about when Jesus walked on water and he came to them and they were scared and they said, oh, it was a ghost. And guess what? That word got into my system before I even got this letter attempting to close my case unfairly. So I had just prayed that the Lord would close the case in my favor. And so if I had not heard that word, I would not understand that, oh, the Lord is doing this so that my appeal can go to all of these people and I can win. Jesus. I was able to recognize just from the Lord delivering the message, be able to recognize Jesus. You need a church. You said Charlie hadn't fully evolved. He hadn't learned the truth about some of the stuff he said. I know. And that's what I'm talking about. That's where my compassion went out, is because you got unalived mid ignorance. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Do you understand that I have served in so many other things other than Christ? Like I can't even imagine if the Lord had taken me out in my, not the Lord, because the Lord don't take us out. Our mouth takes us out. But I can't even imagine if I had gone out of here in my 20s, when I was just completely away from the Father and with no chance of redemption because I'm smack dead in the middle of it. That's where my compassion lies. Stacy said, please tell me how they can tell us about a Messiah they do not imitate. The thing about it too, um, Stacy, is we imitate the Messiah. The person is delivering the message directly inspired by the Messiah. If I am paying attention to anything else, I am not focused on the Messiah's word to me. If I am wondering what this person is doing outside of church service, where the money is going to, what, okay, the Lord said, pay your tithe. You ain't got to pay it there. He said, pay it to a fruitful ground, though. So, but going inside of the building to hear the message, every single building I have ever gone into, and this is with the church with all the white wives and everything, every single time I go into the building, it is a message that I need to hear. It is specifically talking to me. The Father has a message for us. I don't have to worry about who doing what during the week and who is this and that. I serve. I follow the Messiah. And I trust the Father to lead me to a place that also follows the Messiah. That's what we got to do. We got to trust that we are being led by the Father to, to a place that also is being led by the Father. And if you are thinking that every place is not being led by the Father, well, then you got to think about where you can, because, honey, in this world today, this world is not control. This world is influenced by the devil, but this is still, the earth is for the children of men. It's for us. So that means the Father is going to be showing up. He's going to send us sheep amongst the wolves. That means He's going to send a church for those sheep. Honey, I don't even know how I found this church, but I go every week. Tithing was Levitical priesthood. We are to cheerfully give. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying is, but also be able to go inside a place and receive. And what I'm inviting everyone to is to pray about where to go. To pray about where to go. If a smaller church is for you, to go to a smaller church. If a big old, production is for you, go to a big old production. Get in there so you can get the word, because you need the strength to be able to battle this earth's propaganda. You need the strength to be able to battle everything, and also to get your promises. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even live in LA without going inside this church. And I'm talking about people talk plenty of crap about my church. But I know one thing, I know the life I want to live, and I know the leadership of my church is directly guiding me to live that life. Now, am I getting all of my food from there? I'm getting it directly from the Bible every night, every morning when I read it. Sometimes I read it throughout the day. I'm talking to the Lord. I'm meditating on the word. I'm walking up without my phone in the morning. I'm praising God. I'm turning back on sermons. Some sermons I listen to as I'm going to sleep. But every Sunday, I go to get the food from this church, from this organization, and I am armed for the week. So, um, guys, I just can't thank you guys enough for staying with me, sticking with me. Shout out to Jamal. Shout out to Abenz Maurice, who say you say pray and God will lead you. Some of us are still following Jesus. Exactly, Jamal. Yes. Like I just, you know what I'm so proud of? I'm so proud that even on my live, it's all up, like I have attracted other sheep on my life. That's what's so amazing. You know what I'm saying? Guys, anyway, thank you guys so much. I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all soon. I will see y'all right back here Tuesday, and then of course come to the channel throughout the week, because I'll be putting out videos, and yay, the Dale Show 2.0 every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. Make sure y'all hit subscribe and hit that bell to turn on the notifications. Love y'all.